Beat the pussy up, then I beat the eyes too. Got a lot to prove, L Woods with the law school. I am not a wave, I'm a monsoon. Send her on the way after she blow me like some hot soup. She break a bank just to get the right picture and it looks great. Ooh, I love the shape, I swear to God it's hard to look away. Prove to me you got it, girl, I gotta see how that pudding tastes. Got me in the comments saying shit I probably shouldn't say. I like girls who earn a bunch, cook me up some lunch and cook my book, she work for Ernst & Young. And even if she is the perfect one, I couldn't find emotional connections on worth the time. I'm somewhere secluded where the surface up, beaching and I'm tired getting Turkish love. Server pulling up umbrella, drink, I had to purchase one. I'm not at the beach, this is a bathtub. Look, shit bang, going my way for a hot sec. They want me to cool off, nigga, not yet. I'm a 10 and change, I gotta set it straight. I had to drop a couple Williams on the tennis chain. Had to make the image levitate to keep them entertained. I might shoot my shot at LMA. Oh, y'all thought this was a joke. I did not follow directions, bitch, I made it on my own. I'm interested in making ends opposed to making friends. Double bags, I've been paranoid, having the safest sex, I'll take the check. Finishing this drink should only take a sec, but Mark just cut me off, he told me that I go on stage in 10. Hey. Walk out to my own shit on the main event. Da Vinci my cologne after the show, she told me that shit was a favorite sense. Sprint a van and spacious, we could take it friends. What happened next, you could take a guess. Sound good? Yeah. Look, I'm interested in making ends opposed to making friends. Double bags, I've been paranoid, having the safest sex, I'll take the check. Finishing this drink should only take a sec, but Mark just cut me off, he told me that I go on stage in 10. Walk out to my own shit on the main event. Da Vinci my
Estamos en la 12ª edición de Extreme Barcelona, donde ganamos con vosotros. Última parada de Urban World Series. Aprovechamos dando las gracias al Ayuntamiento de Barcelona como colaborador institucional, después a la Generalitat de Cataluña y a Parc como patrocinadores institucionales. Y otros sponsors como Seamo, Hot Wheels, Movistar, Neo y
Magic Bank, Blue Banana. Última llamada. No te lo puedes perder, familia, papá, mamá, niños, niñas. Nos vamos a ir al Central Park. Esto va a ser BMX de chicas, Power Girl. Últimos minutos para coger algo en los food trucks, esas caravanas que tenemos ahí que nos dan energía e hidratación. Y vamos a ir en directo para Sport 3 y el canal de Urban World Series en YouTube.
Este campeonato está lleno de deportes, tenemos hasta 6 disciplinas. BMX, que es lo que vamos a ver aquí en un momentito. También tenemos scooter, skate, breaking, escalada y base 3x3. Y también entre el centro Plaza, que es donde estamos ahora, y el Street Plaza, porque ese pasillito que hay, ese pasillo tenéis la zona de market, os han trasladado, perdón, han trasladado ahí arriba, subiendo la cara de la izquierda tenéis el área de market.
Fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen ice cold look that can end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a monster. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet.
En Imagine tenemos algo que confesar a la sociedad. No tenemos ni idea de lo que somos. No somos una red social, pero tenemos una gran comunidad. Tampoco somos una ONG, pero somos activos con el cuidado del medio ambiente. Tampoco somos un banco exactamente, al menos como tú te lo imaginas. Y es que en Imagine no sabemos lo que somos, pero hay una cosa que sí sabemos. Lo que hacemos. Imagine, somos lo que hacemos.
Amo la Champions, seguir al Barça, al Atleti, al Madrid y al Sevilla, qué maravilla.
Vuelve la Champions a la casa del fútbol. Contrátame un Movistar con todos los partidos de la Liga, Champions y Europa League con un 25% de descuento, ahora 6 meses. Y disfruta de un Smart TV desde 0 euros.
Síndrome postvacacional. Yo recomiendo 3 sencillos pasos para evitarlo. 1. Acostúmbrate al entorno gradualmente. 2. Descansa adecuadamente. Y 3. Haz lo que te hace feliz. Y es que, si sigues viajando, ¿de qué síndrome postvacacional estamos hablando? Este otoño, escápate al mejor precio con Vueling.
Hello and welcome to Extreme Barcelona here in the beautiful Parc del Fòrum. An absolute legendary spot here right next to the ocean, and we are moments away from getting started with our women's park final here on this beast of a course. And joining me down here is the amazing Daryl Now. Thanks for joining me again, Daryl.
Mark, it's such a pleasure to be on the mic, not only with yourself as a lifelong skater, action sports enthusiast, commentator, but with all of our BMX fans around the world. Because we have seen in real time the progression, not only of BMX as a whole, but specifically women's BMX freestyle, and I'm so excited to witness and cheer on the women of BMX.
Yeah, 100%. Today's going to see even more progression from what I've seen behind me here on the course. You can see it's all filling up, but practice has been going on for the last half hour or so. And yeah, people are working out lines, maybe seeing what they're changing up from the qualifiers earlier on. And yeah, it's really stepping up. And that world of women's freestyle BMX is going from strength to strength. I'm super excited to see what goes down, mate.
Yeah, Barcelona has always had such a rich history, not only of street BMX, for all of our new BMX fans. That's when you traditionally will ride obstacles found in the street, handrails, ledges, staircases, but it's also just had a core scene of BMX riders. And our Extreme Barcelona event has been taking place. This is our 12th edition. And in the last year and this year, it's actually also a UCI C1 event. And what that means is the UCI works with all of our international governing bodies and are also responsible for helping the platform for the Olympics in BMX freestyle. Since it's a C1 event, it will be points that will go towards their international rankings and their overall year rankings, and eventually be going towards the next Olympic Games, which will be in Paris in 2024. And quickly, I just want to note that BMX freestyle for the first time was in the Olympic Tokyo 2020 Games, and specifically our women riders.
Yeah, and along with those points accruing comes a lot of pressure, and it's going to be interesting to see who can hold down that pressure. There's our top 8 who've come through, riding in reverse order. You're saying about those points going towards the Olympic scoring system. You know, it's so good to be able to come out to Extreme Barcelona and that to be classed as an event that you can accrue those points to. And things have changed over the last few years now that the Olympics has come into the show. And you're starting to see a different style of riding, I think. Would you agree, Daryl?
Yeah, we're seeing the women push forward and pioneer BMX. Super excited to have Gina Petrella, who's out there riding, representing not only Venezuela, but has been living in Barcelona. We also have our second rider, Catherine Rios from Colombia. She's put a lot of time in, over 10 years riding BMX. She's just so excited and happy to be here, really focusing and living her dream. Our next rider, you can see Francina Fernandez, another Colombian rider, 24 years old, representing. She just loves being out here with her fellow Colombian riders. We have such an international field, but the Colombians are just holding it down strong. We're seeing Sasha Pardo, one of our youngest competitors at 16 years old, representing Great Britain, riding for Tall Order, also 70s distribution. And then our fourth rider is going to be Queensaray Villegas. You got to know that name because she is super talented. Last year in 2021, she got second place at this event, another Colombian rider. Our third place qualifier in our semifinals is Catherine Diaz, representing Venezuela. And then our top 2 qualifiers representing Czech, Iveta Mikulikova, another talented rider, and I say that because she was our 2022 European champion. And last but not least, our 8th rider being introduced, she was our number 1 qualifier in semifinals. You can see the Red Bull rider, Lara Lessman, proudly representing Germany. She was also riding in the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, the first time BMX freestyle has ever been there. So she's got a lot of experience that she's bringing to the table. But as we mentioned, the progression of women's BMX freestyle has been so exciting. We've been seeing the book be written in real time, and Extreme Barcelona is perfect platform in our Central Park skate park for our women riders to really display their talents.
Yeah, it's crazy to say we're introducing already Olympians. You know, we've seen that never before, and we're coming back from an Olympic qualifier. And moving into this park, we're going to see the best of the best absolutely smashing it today. And like I said earlier, I was watching warm-up. The sun is blazing down. It might be getting to a few people. Seen people taking some time out in the shade, just trying to stay out of the sun as much as they could. But yeah, the warm-up's going on right now. They're getting ready to shreddy, and I'm super excited. Here's our format for the day: 2 60-second runs, and our best run counts.
Now that's going to be crucial because the judges are going to want to see as close to perfect as you can get in that 60 seconds. We are going to see some strategy where some riders potentially come out, do one run. If they can get it done, their second run, they might try to throw a few more toppings on the Sunday to up their score and up their points. But this park is beautiful. This Central Park is bigger than anything we've ever had here at Extreme Barcelona. It's over 900 square meters. There's massive bookend quarter pipes, banked walls. We've got box jumps in the middle, sub boxes, hips. It's traditionally more of a linear park, meaning riders are going to go back and forth in the park as opposed to a bowl setup that you might find at some concrete parks. But what's going to be interesting about this, riders are going to really have to display their creativity because they all have the same canvas in which to work their creative creation on and make their own masterpiece to wow our three judges. And they are Javier Gomez, Jesus Ropero, and Axel Jurgens. Three iconic BMXers, lifelong riders who are going to wind up trying to put a numeric value to each one of our riders' runs on the course. As we said, it's 2 runs, 60 seconds, best run counts.
And we are gearing up for getting down, kicking it off with Gina Petrella, 24 years of age. It's so gnarly to be the first rider in any competition, but way up there on that roll-in, gearing up for getting down. Let's see this, Gina.
So excited for Gina coming in over the box jump, twisting the bars sideways right there. I had an opportunity to chat a little bit with Gina before the event, and she was just saying that the reason riders sleep is not just to rest, but it's to dream and to make those dreams come true. And Gina is feeling that right now, riding here at Extreme Barcelona. This is such an amazing platform for riders to make their name known on an international level. And as we mentioned, get those UCI points that could potentially go towards their Olympic ranking, representing their country. So Gina right now working it through with 20 seconds left. Let's see if she can find her footing. Judges are going to want to see a rider's unique approach on the course. That was an awesome transfer with an X-up. Yes, very unique creativity up there, landing in an X-up ride, twisting the bars. Called the X-up because a rider turns their bars 180 and their arms cross in that position. And Gina's going to wrap it up right there with the foot plant coming down.
Yeah, solid run there from Gina. Great creativity, showing the different approach to the course.
Yeah, and Gina right here going for that 360, putting a foot down. A thing to note, a rider can put a foot down or crash. They obviously don't want to do that, but if something happens, they can continue on their run, just like we saw Gina get back on her bike and then do that really nice X-up transfer. So right there, we're seeing Gina just kind of getting a score on the board. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of nerves, international, global competition. So Gina getting one done. She's going to have a second opportunity to come back to the course and try to up the ante.
Yeah, straight 40 points coming through there. Next rider up, Catherine Rios, 25 years of age. Starting way up on that roll in again.
Yes, big turn down. That's when she turns completely sideways and twists the bars as well over the box jump. These ramps are massive out here, well over 2 meters high on that box jump. Trying to go the distance right there. Catherine Rios, like we said, riding for well over a decade. So excited to be out here in this event with so many other Colombian riders. Also, the fact that BMX is here, she doesn't have as many riders to ride around back home, but she's such an all-around ripper. She's actually rides some dirt. She's also has the backflip in her arsenal. We're going to see maybe Catherine digs deep and tries to pull that out in her run, but she's got 15 seconds to work it out with the bar spin on top of the box jump. Representing Reading Shoes, also the custom-made project, and that is going to be time for Catherine Rios's first run representing Colombia. So let's take a look at this huge roll-in. I mean, that is so much speed coming to the box jump, getting that turn down. You see how she has to manipulate her body, twisting the bike to the side, and the also the handlebars. Speaking of which, there is a full bar spin on her bike. Didn't get the distance across the box, but as we said, these are massive ramps. A lot of skate parks or local parks do not have ramps of this size or magnitude. Not only are we riding in a competition format that a lot of our women riders haven't competed in before, but the size of the ramps are definitely unique.
Yeah, it's worth saying the ramps are so high, our cameramen that are on top of them have to wear climbing equipment. That's how high they are.
All right, this Colombian rider is so hyped to also have her friends by her side at 24 years old, representing the Ride Project. Another all-around gripper. She actually has been spending some time out at La Poma riding. That's the famous BMX and mountain bike trails and skate park right outside of Barcelona. And in the beginning of August has been putting in some work and actually pulled her first backflip. So we're gonna see with 44 seconds to go, what kind of masterpiece is she gonna attempt to work within her time. Bar spin up on top of the box jump. Trying to work things out, coming back into the centerpiece with the 360 right there. Yeah, airing out above the coping. That's about an 8-foot quarter pipe. That spine is close to 7 feet. That's when you have two steep transitions back to back. Oh, and having a little bit of difficulty with that bar spin, trying to get it around all the way, but not able to. Oh, nice. Right there at the buzzer. Getting a full bar spin on the quarter pipe. Even though it's the same trick, it's very different and a lot more difficult to do, especially when you work through 60 seconds, Mark.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 60 seconds seems short, but when you're out there on the course, it is a long, long time. You get that lactic acid building up in those muscles. It can be a hurting out there, but taking it in her stride there, Francina. 33.33 coming in for run number 1. 47.68 is now the score to beat. Next up we have Sasha Pardo from Great Britain, 16 years of age. I think I would have crumbled under the pressure at 16 years of age being up there.
Yeah, Mark, that is definitely a lot of pressure for a rider, but if you're representing Great Britain at 16 years old, that means you got the experience. Big tuck no-hander. You actually did extremely well at one of our backyard contests that take place in the UK, and that's where she caught the eye of Sebastian Keith, the Tall Order BMX company owner, and put her right on the team where she belongs. Also representing Etnies, TSG, 70s Distribution, Demolition, The Lab, Fox Flare, and every rider out there for Great Britain. Let's take a look. Working her way over the spine. You see a lot of momentum and speed, potentially using her huge energy to her advantage, clearing right over. You see the way that she puts her foot in the back wheel to adjust the speed and slow down a little bit, catching the manual across the box jump. Another big transition. Having some difficulty with the bar spin. But Mark, we saw a lot more momentum and keeping the velocity going in Sasha's riding so far of this contest.
Yeah, I've got to say that was way more powerful than the previous riders. Very impressed with that. You know, no deck checking really going on through that. Here you go, look, clearing that whole big gap. And that's a long, long way. You could park 2 cars on there very comfortably.
Yeah, those gaps are massive out there. So that is going to be the first one. You can actually see Greg Illingworth out there coaching and giving some pointers, helping out our riders. Greg Illingworth, another talented BMX rider and ripper.
So Sasha coming in with a 45.67 for run number 1. Next rider up, we've got Gina Petrella, age 24. Also up on that huge, huge roll in. I can't tell you how big that thing is. It is ginormous, mate.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely stepped things up for 2022. As mentioned, 900 square meters on the park, but vertically, these ramps are way taller than we've ever had. As we mentioned, riders are going to have 2 opportunities on course, 60 seconds each one. It is going to be the best run that counts. And right now, Gina getting a nice foot plant all the way up on top of that huge wedge. Here we go. Twisting the bars over that hip, and you can see the way that Gina disappears on the other side of that spine ramp. Gina representing Fleek brand and also 360 BS Barcelona, a core BMX bike shop in Barcelona. They actually have a booth out in our village here at Extreme Barcelona, where a lot of local brands are getting out there, mingling with all the people and the riders. And I love that combination right there. X-up ride on the deck and then a foot plant in, Mark.
Yeah, really showing the personality on that one. And that's going to be time. Rolling fakie, taking it round, seeing out that amazing run there. Stepping it up slightly from run number 1, I believe, Daryl.
Yeah, that's what you got to see for a rider. Can they work through the nerves? And that's the reason why sometimes experience can pay in a freestyle event. You said 60 seconds is a long time, and it is, not only for the lactic acid, but also the nerves that you're working through. Big 360, and then a foot plant down into the landing. That's that creativity. So if you can't clear the box, you wind up making maybe something that wouldn't have been considered a weakness into a strength by bringing that style with the foot plant in, saying, hey, I'm going to make that intentional, showing the judges that.
Yeah, and improving on that first run score, and currently sitting in 3rd place after that one. Catherine Rios coming in at 25 years of age and run number 2.
As mentioned, all-around rider. We might be seeing some of our women riders with different setups on the bike. Some have brakes, some don't, some have pegs, and some don't as well. It's called freestyle BMX. And there's the backflip attempt. Wow, trying to go upside down and around. Catherine Rios does have the backflip in her arsenal, but trying to start out big with a haymaker in her second run. But talking about BMX freestyle, you can set your bike up any way you want. It's really a rider's preference. If you have pegs on your bike, you might open the door to have some other tricks. If you don't have pegs on your bike, it might just suit your style and you focus a little more on doing either tire tricks, jumping tricks, or just flowing around the park. And that's what we're seeing Catherine Rios do right now.
Yeah, lovely bar spin there. Coming down to that final 15 seconds. I think if that backflip had been landed, the energy would have gone ballistic here. It is really filling up on the amphitheater down here at the Parc del Fòrum. And that's going to be time for run number 2.
Yeah, Mark, you bring up such a good point. Not only do you have the nerves, but if you're trying a riding trick where you're pushing your limits, and look at that backflip, saw that she was going to come up short. And because that's a step up, she would have paced her front wheel. That means when you don't get to the top of that landing and you come up a little bit short, and if she was holding onto her bike, she wouldn't have been able to bail as easy. Thankfully, she could ditch the bike, still continue her spin, and then slide down the landing. But not only do you have that, you got to come back then from that crash and ramp up your energy and do that within the 60 seconds of time.
Okay, run number 2, Francina. Feeling the vibes, wanting the crowd to get involved. Starting up on that roll in, let's see this.
Trying to go the distance across the box jump, twisting the bars, taking the handoff known as the toboggan. Working things out with a nice bunny hop air all the way on the side of that mountain. Yes, it is a mountain, not just a regular wedge that you'd have at a skate park. Look at the bar spin on the box. You can see there's no brakes on her bike, so that way she does not get her brake cable tangled. Taking a no-hander right there. You can also see that she has 2 pegs on her bike, just on her right side. That would signal that that's her traditional comfortable side. to not only grind on, but also to air on a quarter pipe. That's why you see she spins and rotates to the left. So if she did want a peg stall, she'd be able to on that side. Now, a rider can go in both directions. It's definitely a lot harder if you go in your opposite non-traditional direction. But it looks like right there, Francina is just going to show the heart. She has been all heart out here at Extreme Barcelona. So much respect for all of our women riders, especially that big toboggan. Not able to get all the way over to that landing, but as we mentioned, a lot of riders do not have the opportunity to ride ramps this big and this caliber. I know back in New York City, where I ride on a regular basis, we have nothing like this. So even if you're a lifetime rider, you'd be fish out of water at a park like this, and our riders look great so far.
Yeah, and on the screen, it's really hard to not take in how big this course really is. You keep saying it's a mountain. You know, you're talking about K2 up there. I think maybe you need to wear a gas mask up there to be able to breathe properly. So Sasha Pardo, run number 2, hyping up that crowd and dropping in on that huge roll-in.
Now let's watch the tall order rider with a big no-hander, and you saw that she cleared all the way into that landing, and then you're also rewarded with that speed and momentum. That helps you keep your stamina going when you can flow. Great arc all the way over that quarter pipe, right to the top of the summit, tabletop over the hip. Loving the style, no footer over that extended spine. Sasha right here twisted back in. Let's see where she's going. 360. Yes, didn't get the distance, but that's all right because she was able to keep it together. Halfway mark has been past 22 seconds. Come on, Sasha.
Yeah, changing up that run, and this is really shaping up to be something special, Daryl. The crowd are really feeding off of this run.
Yeah, the young gun representing Great Britain right now. Bar spin onto that box jump.
Doing Baz proud with that one. Shout out to Baz Keep from Tall Order.
Loving
absolutely killing it on that. I really enjoyed that, Daryl.
Yeah, same. And the crowd did as well. You can see everybody just filling into the stand, showing the appreciation for our riders, but especially Sasha Pardo. So right there, that is going to wrap up our first heat of riders. Our second 4 women are going to get on the course. They'll get a few minutes of practice. Then we're going to drop into our next heat. And these are going to be our top 4 qualifiers for yesterday. But let's take a look at that 360. As I mentioned, didn't get all the way across, but enough to keep her momentum going. You can see fellow other Great Britain riders. That's Kieran Riley and also James Jones, who are going to be riding later on today. Getting a hug right there. I believe that's Greg Illingworth.
And 65.57 coming in, our new leader. And rightly so, that was something special right there. I think the 360 really boosted that score up, Daryl. What do you say?
Yeah, not only that, also clearing right across that step up in the beginning. Our judges know it takes a lot of confidence and control to be able to go out on the ramps, not get lost, and then also do a trick like that 360. She had the no-handers. She also flowed and floated over that massive mountain that's on your left side of your screen right there. So really great riding from our women. I do want to take a moment right here because I know we have such an international BMX support system for our riders, but I want to give a shout out to the Bloom BMX, Beatrice Chang and Angie Marino, 2 women riders supporting BMX riding on so many levels for the females. And if you're looking to get into BMX riding, give them a follow online. It's just the Bloom BMX, and you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest on all of our female riders here at Extreme Barcelona, but also the entire global scene. While you're at it, if you haven't given us a follow yet on social media, you can do so at Urban World Series. You can stay up to date with all the BMX events. You can also check out on youtube.com/Urban World Series. We've got over 9 international sports, 350 athletes, 30 countries. James, I know you're a huge fan of skateboarding, but I'm a little bit biased. BMX is definitely my flavor.
Do you know what? If people are sending it, I'm a fan. I don't mind. You know, if people are putting all in, you can't not be hyped up, you know, and especially with such a massive crowd building up behind me now, you can feel the electricity really growing. And this top 4 qualifiers through really have just had the advantage of watching what's going down, what's getting scored well, and what they need to do to get in that top 3. So Queensaray Villegas is going to be up as our first rider of heat number 2.
The Red Bull rider is so exciting to watch. She actually last year in 2021 got second here at this event, but she has a sister, Liz Surley, and they are both very talented riders. Starting things off with a huge exclamation point. That's what we call a red carpet entrance, the backflip over the box jump, and the double X-up transfer. Queensaray right now coming in with the bar spin to motocross style, getting a little bit leaned off the bike. And then shout out to Tape Lords laying over a flatty right there. That is a classic foundation BMX trick, and if a rider's got a good one, like we're seeing with Queensaray, then you know they've got the skill and they've put the time in on a BMX bike. Knack over the spine, taking the 1 foot off, dangling it behind the seat, twisting the bike 90 degrees. Mark, right now we're seeing a powerful run from Villegas.
Yeah, 100%, and this really shows what it takes to get through to that top 4 qualifying through to the final. And we've just seen it stepped up another notch.
Yeah,
great riding there. So good, Daryl.
Opposite air. Listen to the crowd just erupting. This Colombian rider is so unique and so exciting. There's a Red Bull documentary I recommend everybody checking out. It's called The Way of the Wild Card, The Jungle Freestylers. And it's all about these 2 twin sisters growing up in Colombia and their unique BMX journey. Big backflip over the box jump. You saw completely past the knuckle, getting into the landing smoothly. Same thing goes for that double X-up transfer. But the cool thing about that is not only the powerful riding, but also the support from the crowd. And look at that, bumping up into that first spot right there.
Yeah, already into the 80s with the first rider of Heat 2. And our next rider up is Catherine Diaz, 32 years of age, from Venezuela.
Venezuela is in the house. Catherine Diaz, one of her favorite quotes is never stop dreaming. She lives by that, and we are witnessing her make her dream a reality as she drops in for run 1 of 2 here at Extreme Barcelona, and a big 160 over the box jump and then airing out of the quarter pipe with that toboggan where she takes one hand off, grabs the seat, and twists the bars, and now a tail whip. Wow, Mark, that was a big move.
Yeah, and landing really, really smooth as well, keeping that speed going, hitting up that huge spine.
The tail whip like that in the beginning of your run is extremely challenging, because if you have a very difficult trick, you got to play with that risk versus reward. If a rider has a problem, they still have the rest of the time they have to contend with. But Catherine Diaz, confident as she threw down that tail whip on the quarter pipe. Whoa, talk about getting technical. That's a 360 with a bar spin, known as the truck driver. Even though she landed in the middle of the box jump, she still had control, especially on that tail whip. She's got a final thought right here. It's going to be another bar spin, and listen to Barcelona erupting with love and support for the Venezuelan Catherine Diaz.
I felt that there was quite the statement made with that run there, just coming straight out and saying, okay, yeah, you got that 81 points. Let's watch this, and just came straight out with that huge 360.
Yeah, that 3 was huge, getting right on the top of that landing, coming across, but that tail whip was really the cherry on top of her run right there on the quarter pipe. Is very difficult to do. She's going to need above an 81.01 to take that top leaderboard spot.
Got a lot in her run.
The judges, when they take a moment, that definitely means you sometimes can have a shakeup. They have a lot of difficulty to see. Oh, and it is not enough right there, but she is just on the outside looking in with that 79.33, sitting in second.
Yeah, that's super close. On our next rider up, Iveta Mikulikova, 17 years of age. Looking pretty composed up there on that huge roll in with the thumbs up, ready to go right in with that break as well.
Yeah, the two-time Czech national champion and the 2022 European champion dropping in confidently right there. Big blast, no-hander, transition to transition over that extended spine with a big bar spin, and then going over the box with a cannonball, taking all of her limbs off, grabbing the seat, and then pulling the bike back in. Mark, that was huge because she didn't start at the top of the roll-in and was able to get her speed over the box and then a backflip at the halfway mark.
Yeah, this is really putting a hurting on the course right now. Back-to-back tricks.
Even if a rider can't clear the box in these moments, if they're still just throwing in some tricks, it's showing that they got control and they're just trying to rack up as many points as possible.
Yeah, everything's going to get scored for sure.
Charging back, the final thought over the spine. Bar spin, awesome. Nice job for the Czech rider.
It's going to be interesting to see how that shapes up next to the last two runs, because slightly different approach to the course and use of the course. You know, here's those replays coming straight off. Huge, just beasting it. Such a great way to start the run.
Yeah, that cannonball right there, that's when a rider takes everything off, but the way that she was able to push the bike forward makes it so much more difficult and then bring it on back. That was very impressive. She's doing it for Amity Drinks, and right there is very proudly done for the Czech rider. Again, 81.01 or higher is what's going to be needed for any of our riders to beat.
So Lara Lessman up next, 22 years of age, all smiles, taking a deep breath before launching down that huge roll-in. Quick wave to the crowd.
Now, James, excuse me, Mark, this is so exciting because we have an Olympic athlete out here, Tokyo 2020 Games, dropping in. Lara Lessman, our #1 qualifier with the bar spin, the can-can. A two-hit combination right there, clearing the box entirely. Lessman with a no-footed can-can. You saw both feet were on one side of the bike right there. Lessman coming in with a can-can over the box. You're seeing just how many times she's been able to put trick combinations in her first 20 seconds, Mark.
Yeah, 100%. You're seeing that Olympic experience coming through, and the power that is being shown on the course right now is so impressive.
Yeah, transferring over, doing it for Red Bull, Vans, Total BMX, Ride TSG, and Coonfirmed BMX Shop. Lara Lessman has inspired so many women BMX riders around the globe, and right now she is trying to stay on that top spot because yesterday our #1 qualifier. Lara's very exciting because she does have not only some of those street tricks, but she makes it very flow, style, and effortless. So Lara right there putting her arm up. Also want to note that she was one of the first BMX riders to ever get an Olympic medal, and that was at the Youth Olympic Games before the Tokyo 2020. This is a rider's under 18 years of age. She got a gold medal, which was so cool. So she's got a lot more experience in these big competitions as a super talented rider. Right now, she's sitting 4th overall in the UCI rankings. But we're going to see what's going to happen out here.
Yeah, 85.68 for first. That is way up there. Let's see where that score comes in. Straight 80 there and jumping into that 3rd place. So we're going to take it back to the top of the heat and where we started off. Queensaray Villegas.
All right, this is the final runs, 2 of 2 for all of our female riders. Anything can get shaken up right to the last run because it is a best run counts format. That means the judges are going to want to see riders really utilize the entire 60 seconds and push out for perfection. As mentioned in 2021, our rider got 2nd place. This is Queensaray Villegas with a huge backflip. 2 for 2 with that red carpet entrance. Double X up transfer, grabbing the transition where you see she was able to get speed to go all the way up the mountain. Bar spin to X up to X up. 3 hits in 1, so difficult to do. And then lays over that classic style BMX tabletop. Villegas coming in, what's she gonna do? Tail whip. Jumping back into that landing transition. Mark, these are very important moments here.
Yeah, 100%, and changing up that run from run number 1 is definitely going to make a difference and definitely improving on the technicality of the run.
Yeah, we are seeing a foot plant off the Extreme Barcelona wall. Judges want to see riders utilize as many features on this course as possible, and that was definitely a key moment in her second run.
Yeah, and that's going to be time for Queensaray. And this is how we started it off. Huge backflip all the way through. Nearly over-rotating slightly on that.
Look at that, the double X up. Let's keep in mind as we watch these highlights, she is going to need higher than an 85.67, currently held by Kayley.
And an 83 coming through there. And sitting in that second place position right now. And now having to watch the rest of the heat go through with our final few riders. It's going to be a bit nerve-wracking now. So back round to run number 2 for Catherine Diaz from Venezuela. Seems like people are really changing up their runs for run number 2. Having seen the score that's come in for run number 1, it's like, okay, right, if I need to get way up there, I've got to put something special down straight off the bat.
Yeah, we're seeing that strategy right here. Catherine Diaz, the Venezuelan, representing Enemy BMX Peru. Yes, big 360 variation over that box jump. There's that toboggan, this time a little bit more dipped out. Catherine Diaz currently sitting in 4th place, looking to up the ante. We're seeing a similar formula from run number 1, but let's see if she can get a little more height, a little more speed, and maybe a couple more variations thrown in. There's that knack-knack swing in the back end with the 1 foot off over that spine. Toboggan getting all the way to the landing. Mark, if she can keep the flow up and step things up with a couple of big exclamation points, that is going to be key to move up into that podium.
Yeah, and doing that
with the bar spin.
Just then as you're mentioning it, stepping it up.
Yeah, getting the tail whip clean to pedals. 6 seconds. Tail whip again right there. Wow, bar spin.
That was a quick fire round on those last few tricks, Daryl.
Yeah, that tail whip right there at the end of the run, a rider is a lot more winded and tired, but if a judge can see that the tail whip's thrown in, it means that she's in control and that she is not gassed or lost on the course. That 360, huge. Look at the tail whip here to pedals, finding them very clean, able to go right through and charge, and you can see that support.
Yeah, such a clean tail whip. Getting straight back onto those pedals. And I mean, that really was an improvement for me, I feel, on run number 1. But we're just about to find out. That was 79.33. Yep, and there you go, 81. And stepping into that 3rd place. And Lessman moving down into the 4th position now. It's getting tense out there. And we're moving around to run number 2 now for Evita Mikulikova.
So Lessman bumped out of that podium spot, but she's going to have an opportunity to fire on back. Our current leader with an 85.67. We're going to look to up the ante. Wild 360 bar spin over that box jump. That is huge. Look at the no-hander. So impressed with the Czech rider. She bar spins in and then still gets the momentum over the box. And you saw that she landed on her back wheel and manual down the landing, but still had the confidence and control to keep things going and didn't loop out backwards.
Yeah, that shows that experience there to be able to adjust when things don't go right and taking it all in her stride there.
Throwing the backflip there mid-run. Mikulikova wants to put some more points on her score to try to solidify that first place because she knows Lara Lessman could potentially bump her out. There's the bar spin. Tail whip. All right, still keeping it going, having some difficulty with the foot placement, but shouldn't impact her too much. And then a bar spin at the end. You can see Kayley is excited and psyched. We have all of her fans cheering on, and especially the Czech riders around the world hyped right now.
Yeah, I think that experience coming through on that run as well. You know, we mentioned being able to correct when things go wrong, and here you go. Check this out. Manual roll all the way down the landing nearly. Wow, yeah, and that 88 coming through, Daryl. Huge score there for run number 2.
Bumping it up right there. Wow, but as we mentioned, this is a best run format that counts. Our current rider sitting in 4th is Lara Lessman. She is the last rider to go. Yesterday, she was the best rider in our semifinal. So if one rider has the experience and the ability to bump up above an 88 and shake up that podium, it is our rider hailing from Germany, 22-year-old Lara Lessman.
Here we go, down that huge rolling again.
Lessman coming in with the toboggan right there, grabbing the seat, landing a little low, but she's able to get enough speed to no-foot can-can over that extended spine. Bar spin on, charging the box, 2-hit combination, twisting it up, can-can step over the top. We are seeing a twisted turn down over that spine. Lessman charging, looking for that no-hander. All right, you can see 26 seconds on the clock as Lessman with the unique line from that spine to box jump landing. Mark, I believe no other rider has yet to hit that transfer, and that is definitely something favored high.
Yeah, definitely. Taking those unique lines and doing something that no one else is doing on the course is really seeming to be rewarded by those judges out there.
Lessman. All right, she is going to wave that right there, but I want to say something, Mark, and give Lara Lessman some special props. Last year, she had a really bad crash and broke her collarbone. She had a surgery. It's been difficult for her to bounce back, but she's so excited to be here and be riding. And she said before the contest, when we were talking, that she just wants to show her love, her passion for BMX, and coming back from an injury like that is huge. So much respect to Lara Lessman for coming out and representing.
Yeah, 100%. And coming back from an injury and just getting straight stuck back in, you got to give mad respect for that one. So I'm going to jump down at course side and get our interview with our winner.
So exciting to see women's BMX freestyle pushed forward, especially here at Extreme Barcelona. As we mentioned, this is a UCI C1 event. The UCI is the global BMX platform. They do all things cycling, but specifically BMX freestyle. They help with that structure for the Olympic Games, also for the points. And we are seeing all of our riders competing at this level, and these points will go towards their global standings for the year, and eventually they will go towards the next Olympic Games, which will be the Paris 2024 Games. So if you want to get involved with BMX or anything that the UCI is doing, you can check out at uci.org. But what we're talking about here is Extreme Barcelona. You can see all of our fans. We are right on the seafront, these beautiful, gorgeous walls that you've seen every rider when they make their pilgrimage to Barcelona be at. And we just witnessed the best in women's BMX freestyle. Let's take a look at some of the many highlights.
Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get right. Cause it can get right.
Yeah, shout out to all of our women BMX freestyle riders out there going for that massive flip, bailing the bike out. Let's take a look at some more highlights on this very unique design Central Park 900 square meter course.
I would never drop the ball, I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say, I got him picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life, I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitted for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this, go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous.
Y eso sí, no os vayáis muy lejos, ¿eh?
All right, we are waiting from an interview from our winner.
I'm very happy for it. Very hard.
Okay, I'm Parkside and it is electric down here. We're with the winner. You absolutely smashed it. You've got to be so happy.
I'm very happy.
How do you feel that you changed your run up in the second run and you just looked like you just beasted it? Were you thinking, okay, I've seen what's happened and you changed it up?
Jak se cítila, když jezdila, že si vyměnila ty jízdy a jak se ti jelo?
Já nevím, jak to říct. Řekni to ty za mě. I don't know. My English is very bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, one thing to say, you know, you absolutely killed it and congratulations. Number one here at Extreme Barcelona. Have you got anything to say to the people at home?
I'm very stoked to be here with us.
I'm very stoked to be with us.
You are very good people.
You are very good people and thank you for you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. You absolutely smashed it. Well deserved. Back to you, Daryl.
There you go. Some words of wisdom from Iveta Mikolikova representing the Czech BMX scene, coming out on top here with very impressive riding. Mark Churchill down there having a little bit of a language barrier, but the one thing that was so clear, regardless of which language you speak, her riding came out on top with one of the highest scores of the day in 88.00. So impressed with not only the way that she charged the course, but had big tricks like the 360 bar spin over the box jump for her first jump. Also then, one of my favorites was that she had the bar spin transfer into the box jump and was able to get the big cannonball. That is a very hard thing to do and have that type of momentum. But right now we are going to give out our prizes and our medals to our top three winners. You are seeing right there Venezuela BMX being represented. Never Stop Dreaming. That is Catherine Diaz coming in third place and getting that bronze medal.
Yeah, always keep
go,
dreaming.
Catherine.
You'll get third place at Extreme Barcelona if you do.
So proud of you, Catherine, representing. And in second place, getting that silver medal, showing it big time for Colombia right there. The Red Bull rider, Queensaray Villegas, representing, getting second 2 years in a row. I know that she is going to want to come back in 2023 and try to get on top of that podium, but I'm so impressed with her riding.
And it's worth saying, it is so loud down there. Everybody's screaming. It's incredible atmosphere here in the park. It's just been a great day for women's BMX, and there you have our first place taking that gold.
Iveta Mikolikova representing the Czech BMX scene and women freestylers all around the world, getting that gold medal. Taking a look right there at our podium, our 1, 2, and 3, so well represented. Shout out to all of the women BMX freestylers around the world, regardless if you were here with us in Barcelona or not. We love that you're riding, that you're pushing the sport forward, and that you're getting out on 2 wheels. And as we saw today, all of our riders did it with style, Mark.
Yeah, 100%. You could see way out there with that 88 points above the 83. Totally took that gold and well deserved. So we are going to be heading over to our men's park finals up next. So don't go anywhere. We are going to take a short break and we'll be back. Thanks again for joining me, Daryl. You've absolutely smashed it today. So good to work with you. And I can't wait to get into our men's park final. It's going to go off.
I appreciate that, Mark. Much love to you and all of our BMXers around the world. And we'll see you shortly.
En Imagine tenemos algo que confesar a la sociedad. No tenemos ni idea de lo que somos. No somos una red social, pero tenemos una gran comunidad. Tampoco somos una ONG, pero somos activos con el cuidado del medio ambiente. Tampoco somos un banco exactamente, al menos como tú te lo imaginas. Y es que en Imagine no sabemos lo que somos, pero hay una cosa que sí sabemos. Lo que hacemos. Imagine, somos lo que hacemos.
Amo la Champions, seguir al Barça, al Atleti, al Madrid y al Sevilla, qué maravilla.
Vuelve la Champions a la casa del fútbol. Contrátame un Movistar con todos los partidos de la Liga, Champions y Europa League con un 25% de descuento, ahora 6 meses. Y disfruta de un Smart TV desde 0 euros.
Síndrome postvacacional. Yo recomiendo 3 sencillos pasos para evitarlo. 1. Acostúmbrate al entorno gradualmente. 2. Descansa adecuadamente. Y 3. Haz lo que te hace feliz. Y es que, si sigues viajando, ¿de qué síndrome postvacacional estamos hablando? Este otoño, escápate al mejor precio con Vueling.